Coming up next on We Are Marshall Today, Marshall University conducts its first winter commencement in more than 60 years. We'll have the details.
Plus, we'll introduce you to Marshall University's new football coach, and we'll take a look back at the stories of 2009. These stories and more up next on We Are Marshall Today. Hi, and welcome to this edition of We Are Marshall Today. I'm Leah Edwards.
And I'm Bill Bissett. For the first time since the 1940s, Marshall University has marked a December graduation.
As we hear in this report, organizers say it was a tremendous success.
For the first time since the 1940s, Marshall University marked a December graduation. Organizers say it was a tremendous success.
We did last year a convocation, and a convocation is an academic assembly. And we honored our graduates, but it was not considered a commencement, and the difference would be that degrees are actually conferred by the president of the university at a commencement, and we did not have the degree conferral at the convocation.
Registrar Roberta Ferguson and her staff were busy for weeks pulling together Marshall's first mid-year commencement in more than 60 years. The event, held at the Cam Henderson Center, required cooperation among dozens of university offices, including athletics.
And even though it is a gym and an athletic facility, we were able to bring in enough decorations, white poinsettias, and kind of transform that arena into an appropriate academic staging to make it look nice. I'm very hopeful that we'll continue this tradition and that we'll be able to hold it on the campus.
Nearly 1,200 students graduated, with some 300 of them choosing to participate in the ceremony. It was a decision graduate student Sarah Morris said she was more than glad she made.
Everyone, my mom, dad, my sister, and some friends of mine from other areas came in to see me graduate, so it was very exciting.
Registrar Ferguson says plans are already in place to celebrate winter commencement again next year. For We Are Marshall Today, I'm Dan Hollis.
Joining us now is Sean Hornbuckle, the student body president of Marshall University. Sean, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Sean, you've been now student body president for over a semester.
Yes, sir.
And going into your second semester. When you look back at the fall of 2009, what are some of the highlights?
Oh, well, there's quite a few of them. We've had a really, really productive year this year, I think. To start out, Dr. Kopp and I avenged our loss to Tim Air and Keith Morehouse in John Marshall Quake Tournament.
That's right, you did.
And that was a lot of fun.
Well televised.
It really, it was a lot of fun. Then when you move on into October, we did a benefit show for the Eddie Littles Community Center. Gosh, homecoming, it was like one of the biggest ever, the parade. It was a lot of fun.
You changed the route and I think the time a little bit.
Yeah, we really changed the route to be more conducive to help out the community, to make sure they could really attend that, get the kids out. It was a really fun atmosphere. All the students loved it. They were all sitting out in front of the cafeteria at night, had a lot of fun with it. The plane crash memorial, really, really big. You know, just to honor Teddy Shoebridge's brother for him. That was a lot of fun. I mean, it's just so much stuff to choose from. And I think one of the biggest highlights that I had was getting to help about 5 or 6 of my friends get back in school or start school. Because you know, you can do so many things, but when you actually get to help somebody, be a really positive role model for them, nothing beats it. So
we have so many events on campus that sometimes you can forget that the reason why we're here is education and the students, but there's nothing more fulfilling. So these friends, are they friends from your high school days?
Well, some of them are from high school. Some of them are older than me that I knew when I was younger. There's even some kids that just graduated at Huntington High that I was trying to assist earlier this week. So those are just things when you can really put somebody in the right direction or help them get there to get what they want out of life. It's nothing like it.
I know that I met with some young people that you brought to campus not long ago.
Yes, sir.
A large group of folks, and I was amazed how intent they were on what was college like, what should I expect, what's the next step. Tell us a little bit about those folks you brought to campus. Remember, that was a great event.
Yes, and again, I appreciate you and Mr. Cooley as well helping with that. That was a student youth empowerment program. It's ran through the city of Huntington. It's kids who have dropped out of, may have just got, out of lockup, something like that, and they're really trying to change their life around. Low-income people, they just want to see what's out there for them. And
consider the options.
Yeah, and to bring them on this campus, you'd be amazed at some of the kids. They were lined up Actually got to take them to see the football team. They wanted to get Cody Slate's autograph, and all types of crazy stuff. So they got to see, the football, the academics.
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere. And I believe it was 13 students, I think. And out of those 13 students, 6 are slated to start school here at Marshall in the second semester.
Outstanding, outstanding. And again, that's why we're here.
That's
obviously a very full fall semester. I know you just gave us some highlights. There was a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
What do we have coming up in the spring? I know you're working on a project right now involving the bowl game we're going to.
Oh, the bowl game. Actually, that's going to be terrific. We worked really hard with a lot of different entities on campus to bring this together to get 50 free tickets for our students and a free bus to take them up to the bowl game. This upcoming Monday, December 21st, I'm actually going to be able to pass out the tickets with the new coach, Doc Holliday.
Outstanding.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that at 1 p.m. in the Student Center. And we're just trying to get as many students as we can to get on the bus. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to, get our students out, give them a Christmas gift, re-energize them for the new program coming up. And the more people we can get together, just better for everybody.
Outstanding. I know it's an up and back trip.
Yeah.
And besides helping you hand out tickets, what's your take on the new coach?
Fantastic. He was, he was one of my, picks all along to really come and help us out. But his track record speaks for itself. He's a West Virginia guy. You can go to Herrick in 20 minutes, find the house he grew up in. He's passionate about here. Being at the press conference earlier today, seeing his emotion, it was genuine. I just can't really describe it because, coming from up north, he wants to be down here. He wants to win championships for Huntington, West Virginia. And it just said it all over his face.
I couldn't agree more. And obviously, we have the bowl game, and then from that, I know you've got the spring semester coming. Your administration considering events coming up this spring?
Oh, we're going to do a lot of things. We're going to try Free Hugs campaign, really get on that, and people who don't know what that is, it's just uplifting people. You might see, that 75-year-old lady who's walking downtown Huntington, and a simple hug could, just really change her whole day. So it's something like that we're going to do, and there'll be a lot more details about it. We're also going to really, really ramp up our discount program. We got that started first semester. What the discount program was about was giving back to all the students who are involved in, fraternities, sororities, clubs, organizations, athletic teams, and offering them a higher discount around town at about 20 select vendors. It starts at about 15%, some are 20%. And we've even got one deal on, I believe, with Cold Stone that works out to almost about 45% a discount.
Yeah.
What we're going to do second semester is going to be really neat. We're going to have a big party at Uno's, which they're on the vendor list, and really just get all the students that want to come out. We'll probably do it a Friday night, have some free stuff down there, some free dinners, just really get it out there. So
that'll be great. I know student involvement is always kind of a puzzle. I talked to our Dean of Students, Steve Hensley, a lot about it, and he's very quick to tell me, what he thinks students will be interested in and not. As the leader of our students, how do you get them engaged? I mean, how do you get, because it was the same problem when I attended Marshall, how do you get we have a 13,000 student body, how do you get them involved?
Well, I think one of the things, you really have to take it head on. It's not an easy thing. Like you say, it was a problem when you were here. It's a problem in a lot of places. But when one of the things I try to do is talk to each student all the time. If I'm on campus, just getting a conversation, seeing what they like about the school, what's going on with them, and really just try to give them all types of events. I learned at a conference that if you jam-pack stuff in the first 60 days, a student, you can see what you're about and they're more likely to stay. And with Marshall having so much to offer, we're just always trying to get out there, keep the students involved. For example, the bus trip. That's the type of things that really give back to our students. And once they see that you're actively trying to help them. Another example, a lot of the departments on campus, we've been really ramping up the commuter involvement. And with that, you get the people who don't even stay on campus, you start tailoring events that they can go to, midday, early evening. Everybody's on the same page, and I just really think it helps.
Now, you're a graduate student at Marshall, correct? Tell us a little bit about what the life of the student body president is like, because I see you all over campus. I always see you involved. You're very visible at our different events, and we try to make sure we invite you to all of them. It's always,
yes, sir.
We don't want to forget that. But you seem like one of the real symbols of the institution. What is that like? What's that responsibility like?
It's tough. It's tough because it just goes back being from Huntington, going to Marshall. You want to give the most positive image you can about Marshall. It's working hard all the time, going to your classes, at home, all those good things. I mean, and it's a team effort. I have my staff, I have my family at home. I mean, heck, if I can't watch my son, my mom, my sister, they're picking him up. It's just a really team effort. Professors are able to help you out, work with you. You've got administration that wants to, just be involved and really appreciate what you do. So it just makes it that much easier when you have a big team effort.
Let's say I'm a Marshall full-time student out
Yes.
there watching right now. Why should I run for student body president?
Why should you run for student body president? I think that if you're a full-time student here at Marshall University, you would want to run from, the student body president to make an impact. Once you see the things that we've done over the past couple of years, you see where we're going. You see our academics. You see the new pharmacy school. We're going to try to launch that. You see the new football coach. Basketball's doing well. You want to be a part of that. You have to ask your question, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
Well said.
As being a leader, you can influence so many people. There's so many people I've talked to this year from so different types of genres, and we just click like that. It's just fun every day, and it's tiring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I go home and try to pop a few Pepsis just to stay up and do the homework, but I really can't describe it. And just the experience you get. That's one of the other things too. It's really invaluable. You go to conferences. You're allowed to go to a meeting with President Kopp and Bill Bissett. You get to sit in on those things. That's something you can't always do. So when you do those types of things, it betters you for the road in your life.
Excellent. Well, Sean, we appreciate your service.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to working with you, and I'm sure we'll hear more from you in the spring semester.
We'll do a lot of that, and if I had to grade myself right now, I'd probably give myself a B+, but I can assure you by the end of May, it'll be an A+.
You can see some room to work there. That's
yes,
good.
sir, and it's always that. You can never do the best job. You always have to keep working, stay hungry.
Gotcha. Well, Sean, we appreciate you. We'll be in touch, and I'm sure we'll talk to you next semester.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's take a look at another member of the Marshall University alumni family. Thomas McChesney graduated from Marshall University in 1987 with a political science degree. He currently lives in Huntington with his wife Stacy and serves as the marketing director for Huddleston Bowlin. Thomas McChesney, another member of the Marshall University alumni family, spreading the word about the herd.
Marshall University has done so very much for me. There's more than Matthew McConaughey, and if you ask me what I'll say. Listen, coming from 6 hours away, Marshall University has become a home away from home for me. It's an incredible place to learn, and take it from me, there's never a dull moment.
Trying to annoy each other, kill the time, kill the boredom.
Our company's downsizing. I thought it'd be in my best interest to go back to school. With as busy as I am, commuting was not going to be an option. But with MU Online, I can take classes anywhere.
Nationally accredited, affordable, convenient. MU Online.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Where have you been?
I lost my cat.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, so I made this cat magnet to try and get him back.
Cool. Does it work?
Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah, but I shot my cat. Gotta keep working on it. See ya.
See ya.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
Marshall University has hired a new football coach. John Doc Holliday was introduced to the media December 16th following a nearly 3-week search. The 52-year-old most recently coached at West Virginia University, where he served as associate head coach. He told reporters and fans that he is thrilled to be part of the Marshall University family.
I want you to understand this. This is not a stepping stone for me. It really isn't. I think this is a major Division I job that I want, and I plan on being here. It's one of the top programs in the country, and I'm blessed to be a part of it, and I'm sure looking forward to the future of it, and we're going to do a heck of a job to make a program that you guys can be proud of.
Holliday has signed a 5-year contract with Marshall University. Marshall is joining with the United States Census Bureau in an effort to ensure an accurate census in 2010. The Marshall Census Committee will help get the word out and encourage students to participate. According to census officials, students who spend most of the year in residence halls on campus should be counted in Huntington's population, not their hometowns. The official U.S. Census is conducted every 10 years.
Members of Marshall University's Alpha Tau Omega fraternity battled the chilly winds of December to call attention to America's homeless issue. The fraternity brothers constructed a cardboard hut on the Memorial Students Center Plaza and manned it for 24 hours. Community Service Chair Michael Alonzo calls the exercise an opportunity for his fraternity to help the needy.
The purpose of the fraternity is to build leaders, to have them do some planning, coordinate, look up, research facts. We would like for them to, sit down and maybe also learn from this experience. We're trying to, grow these men into better men.
Fraternity members also collected money during the event. Proceeds were given to the Huntington City Mission. Students who normally commute to Marshall University will offer a free residence hall room during finals week. Associate Director of Resident Services, Lakeisha Glover, says the decision to offer places to stay during the finals was made by the commuter committee.
Thought about, we have some extra rooms in the halls, in Towers East actually, and we thought, well, why not let them come and stay a night or two during finals week so they can have a place to study, and if weather's bad or something like that, they can get to campus easier. It's a convenience for them. And so space permitted, so that's how we decided to allow this to happen.
Glover says several dozen commuter students took advantage of the program, which officials hope to offer again next year.
They stood at attention and were administered an official oath of office. They are Marshall University's newest ROTC graduates. The 7 men and women were commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army. During a ceremony on the Huntington campus in mid-December, Lieutenant Colonel Richard McDermott of Fort Jackson, South Carolina, delivered special remarks during that ceremony.
Marshall University is moving forward with plans to establish a pharmacy school. In mid-December, the Board of Governors approved a plan to establish a doctorate in pharmacy degree. Both the College of Health Professions and the School of Medicine are establishing the program, which is scheduled to open in the fall of 2012. Hitting the hardwood takes on a new meaning for Marco. Check this out. Marco was definitely into the holiday spirit at a recent Marshall basketball game. The dance was part of a holiday promotion by the Marshall dance team and featured the song All I Want for Christmas Is You. Lee, it's difficult to believe that here we are at the end of another calendar year at Marshall University.
I know. It's been a really busy year for our community. Let's take a look back at some of the top stories. Marshall University started off 2009 like a lot of other schools did, with a renewed commitment to health. The university opened its $30 million recreation center featuring a climbing wall, swimming pool, and walking track.
We know that students, faculty, and staff have great pride in Marshall. They've had great pride in our athletic facilities. For the first time, they will have total access in this building Monday through Thursday from 5:30 to midnight.
The Marshall Rec Center is located on the corner of 5th Avenue and 20th Street. The poor health of the economy dominated the news in 2009 as millions lost their jobs. Marshall's Mid-Ohio Valley Center stepped in to help dozens of Century aluminum workers who were left jobless last winter.
This place is fantastic. I've taken classes here before, was continuing education when I was working, and the people here are great. They'll do anything they can for you. It's good classes. It's local to us all. So it's an easy drive. You don't have to drive all the way to Huntington, which was 50 miles for us.
With the economy continuing to limp along last spring, Marshall University partnered with the makers of TurboTax to simplify the financial aid process for students. Intuit President Brad Smith is a Marshall graduate. Also last spring, the university dedicated a new facility for the medical school. The Irma Ora Bird Clinical Center serves as a primary teaching site for second-year medical students. Marshall University students elected new SGA officers last May. Graduate student Sean Hornbuckle and junior LaShawna Sampson were elected as president and vice president.
I really just want to get the students involved. I'm all about doing everything for the students. I just want the students to know that we're here for them. So anything that they need and anything that we can do for them, that I'm here for them. And that's my main thing, is just to let the students know that we're there for them no matter what.
Last spring, more than 2,600 students graduated from Marshall University. Former Marshall football star and academic All-American Chad Pennington delivered the commencement address. Also celebrating a milestone last spring was Marshall's Lewis College of Business, which marked its 40th anniversary. Marketing professor Dr. Deanna Mader, who's been with the school for 20 years, says the change has been phenomenal.
We've grown exponentially in terms of enrollment and majors and special topics courses and internships and faculty with terminal degrees and faculty research. I mean, it's just been remarkable.
Prep soccer players from 13 states descended on Marshall University in July for the U.S. Youth Region 1 soccer opening ceremony. Marshall will host the opening event again in 2010. Marshall's new athletic director, Mike Hamrick, was hired in July. The Kanawha County native and Marshall grad served as athletic director for the University of Nevada at Las Vegas prior to taking the Marshall job. Another important appointment on campus had Margie Phillips being named Sustainability Manager last summer. She leads Marshall's newly created department aimed at lessening the university's environmental impact. Concerns over a new strain of influenza prompted new health precautions as students returned to class last fall. Marshall health and safety officials developed special protocols for handling H1N1.
One of the things that we try to let students know is that if they're within a 6-foot proximity of someone with that or with flu-like symptoms, whether it's a flu or H1N1, that if that person coughs or sneezes, it can be spread through the air, through droplets, if they're within a 6-foot range. And so we're trying to make students aware of that. That's something that maybe if they notice someone with flu-like symptoms, that they're to try to stay out of that range, which is just one of the many preventative measures I think that's out there.
The H1N1 vaccine was available for students midterm. West Virginia's highest court convened at Marshall University in mid-September as part of the university's celebration of Constitution Week. The justices heard 4 cases during the session, which was open to the public. Marshall University celebrated Homecoming 2009 with dozens of activities, including the annual parade. The parade was moved to a weeknight to allow for more community involvement. Former NFL and Marshall great Troy Brown was the parade's grand marshal. Mr. and Ms. Marshall were also named during halftime of the homecoming game. The Marshall community remembered the 1970 plane crash victims on November 14th with the annual memorial service that was sponsored by Marshall Student Government Association. As is tradition, the water in the fountain was shut off during the service to remain silent until spring. For the first time in more than 60 years, Marshall University conducted a winter commencement. Officials say the success of last winter's convocation led to the decision to host commencement this year at the Cam Henderson Center on the Huntington campus. Nearly 1,200 students graduated in December. And topping off 2009 big football news, Marshall University hired its 29th football coach. John Doc Holliday, a former associate head coach at West Virginia University, was hired in December to lead the Herd. And finally, the Thundering Herd accepted an invitation to play Ohio University at the 2009 Little Caesars Pizza Bowl in Detroit.
That's a busy year, and looking ahead, 2010 should be just as exciting.
It certainly will be. Stay with us for more We Are Marshall today.
Yeah, we had a pretty good rehearsal today. We blocked Act 2, and no, we're gonna block Act 3 next week, I think. Are you okay? What's going on?
I can't find the glasses I need.
Haven't you tried MU Online? You can take your classes anywhere, anytime. All you need is a computer.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
I've been looking for this class all week, and now, since it's online, I can take it whenever I want.
Nationally accredited, affordable, convenient. MU Online.
My name's Emily, and in 7 years, I'll be an alcoholic. I'll start drinking in 8th grade, but my parents won't really notice because I'll do okay in school and everything will seem okay, but everything won't be okay.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. Hey. Where have you been? I lost my cat. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, so I made this cat magnet to try and get him back. Cool. Does it work? Kinda. Ow! Nice. Yeah, but that's not my cat. Gotta keep working on it. See ya.
Yeah. Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
Bill, I can tell you as a mom that the sound of breaking glass is not always a welcome noise.
But in the classroom, the shattering of glass can be a teachable moment. Let's take a look.
If I would show a video of this, which is kind of a popular demonstration, by the way, around the country among physicists, you know, it may not be quite as convincing as seeing it in reality. So it's sort of a reality show approach today. For today's demonstration, the wine glass was oscillating at close to 445 cycles per second, and it has a natural frequency. In other words, if you tap it like a musical instrument, like strumming a guitar string, you'll hear a particular tone. And in the case of the guitar string, it depends on the tension and the wire gauge. In the case of the glass, it depends on the geometry and the thickness of the walls and many factors involved. We're causing the glass's amplitude of vibration to increase and increase and increase up to a level beyond which glass can't expand any farther. I've been very busy this semester. I've probably averaged 2 or 3 demonstrations per lecture. Now this one is a little more involved. I just do it, well, once a year, essentially, in Physics 211. It takes a lot of time, but hopefully it keeps the students motivated a little bit more, and it makes it fun for everyone, and also educational at the same time.
That's it for this edition of We Are Marshall Today. I'm Bill Bissett.
And I'm Leah Edwards. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays.
From the classroom straight to your computer.
I teach international marketing online 100%. I conduct this class from my office, from my home, and it is 24/7 available to students across the country. I would say this has been one of the most challenging and rewarding experiences, not only for me, for my students as well.
Nationally accredited, affordable, convenient. MU Online.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.